Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business, and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 58 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. For today's episode, I have a question for you. Are you the boss of your business, or do you feel more like an employee? If it's the latter, you are not alone. I have totally been there too. In the early days of my business, I would spend hours each week doing the work, ticking things off of my to-do list and feeling accomplished and like I was winning. But then I would get to the end of the week and the end of the month and I would feel totally deflated and totally frustrated that despite all of my best efforts and all of my hard work, I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. It was super frustrating and I had no idea what I was doing wrong. But then when I took a cold hard look at why I wasn't where I wanted to be, I realized that I was actually acting more like an employee instead of the boss of my business. I was spending every hour under the sun working in my business, which was all very well because if we want to accomplish our goals, we have to take action. But I wasn't working on my business. And that was where I was going wrong. I realized that if I was to see the success that I desired, I had to behave like the boss of my business as well as an employee. I had to work on my business as well as in it. And when I started doing that, that is when everything changed. And if it's the same for you, if you are working on your business, in your business, doing all of the things, but you're not seeing the results you want, ask yourself whether you are behaving like an employee or as a boss of your business. Are you working on your business as well as in it? Because if you're not doing that yet, some of the tips and things that I'm going to share with you in today's episode are really going to help you switch things up. And it's going to make such a difference for you. Because when I started doing that, that is when everything changed for me, and it can be the same for you. So, how do you start being the boss of your business and working on it as well as in it? Want to know the one thing that I added to my working week that helped me to become the boss of my business? CEO Fridays. Instead of working in my business all week, I decided that I was going to set aside one day each week to work on my business. And that day was a Friday, and it literally changed everything. So you may have heard this term CEO Day, CEO Morning, CEO Fridays branded about before, but what exactly does it mean and how can it help you to become the boss of your business instead of just an employee? And what activities do you need to do during that CEO time to help you figure out where you are at, how things are going, and what you need to do next to move the needle forward? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you in this episode. I have got 5 different things that I include every Friday in my CEO Friday that help me make sure that I'm working on my business as well as in it. So go and grab a notebook and pen because you're going to want to write these down. Add them to your working week, create a CEO day, whether it's a Friday or not, it doesn't matter. But jot these 5 things down, add them to your working week, and you will be amazed at the difference it makes and the change you will see in your business and the speed in which that you will grow because you are doing these things, because these things will allow you and help you to be the boss of your business as well as an employee and to help you work on your business as well as in it. The first thing is to review your week, and that's exactly why I chose Fridays as my CEO day. It's actually just the morning that I do. Friday afternoons are reserved as my time where I have the time off for myself. After a long, hard working week, that is my time where I rest and recharge and do something that is just for me before the weekend starts. And then I'm spending the time with my husband and boys. So CEO Fridays for me is just the morning, but I chose deliberately the end of the week so that I then had the time to review my week and check in on where I'm at so that I know what my priorities are going forward for the coming Monday. And by doing that, it also means that I'm then free to focus on and enjoy my weekend without worrying or stressing about the things that I need to remember for Monday. So first is to review your week. Spend a few moments checking in on how the past week has been. How did things go? What was your week like? What were you working on? What activities were you doing that helped you grow your business and grow your bank balance? That is key. That was a huge light bulb moment for me. When I added that question to my weekly review, it made me realize that I was doing a lot of busy tasks and things that, yes, were helping and were moving the needle forward in terms of another step closer to my goals, but they weren't necessarily activities that was helping me grow, attract my dream clients, and grow my bank balance. And so by including this into my review, I was able to assess where I was spending my time and whether they were actually income generating activities. And then ask yourself what also didn't go so well. What activities were you procrastinating on or kept putting off? Because answers to all of these questions will help you assess where you are at, what your mindset has been for the past week, and if you're focusing your energy on the right activities, the activities that are going to help you move the needle forward in your business and get another step closer to where you want to be. So that is the first thing to include in your CEO Friday, is to review your week. Once you've done that, the next thing to do is check in on your goals. Are you making the progress that you would like? How many of the mini goals towards your bigger goals have you accomplished this week? Are you on the right path, and are those goals still resonating with you? Review where you are at with your goals and the action that you are taking to make sure that you are heading in the right direction. Having those goals broken down into mini goals and tasks so that you can check that you are on the right path and that you're not just going off in some random direction, spending hours on doing something that isn't moving you to where you want to be, can really help you to stay focused. What mini goals and tasks do you need to set for the coming week that will help you keep your momentum going? Check in on your goals, break them down, see what you're working on, and figure out what your next steps are for the coming week, because then you can list them out. And then come Monday morning, when you come to sit back down at your PC again, once your kids at school, you can dive straight in because you've already listed it out what you are working on. And if you are using the term time roadmap that I teach by all of my clients and that I personally use, that is going to make it so much easier for you to know exactly where you're at and what you are working on. It is the secret to syncing your business with your child's academic year and breaking your business down into the number of terms that your child has, and then setting your goals to match those terms. So right now for me, I am on the first term of my new business year because Harrison went back to school in September, a few weeks ago, and we are partway through that now. That first term of his term for his academic year is also the first term of my business for this business year. And so I'm partway through it now, and I know that this term for me is ending in December for the Christmas break. So I know by looking at that how many weeks I have got to work on my goals, and I've broken my goals down to match those numbers of weeks that I have so that I can see what I need to do each week and help me figure out whether or not I'm on the right track. So if you are not yet using the term time roadmap to break down your goals in your business, I highly recommend that you go and do that. Go and check out episode 18 and episode 44, where I dive deep into what the term time roadmap is and how to sync your business with your child's academic year so that you can match your business and your goals to fit effortlessly around the needs of your family. It makes life so, so much easier. You'll find the link for those episodes in the show notes. Okay, next up is to update your finances. Are you checking in on what your income and expenditure is? Do you know where you're at finance-wise in your business right now? Now, I can tell you that this is something that has taken me a very long time to get into the rhythm of doing. I used to be so, so bad at keeping track of my finances. I wouldn't have a clue what I was doing. Yeah, I had a rough idea based on what was coming in and out of my PayPal, what was going on in Stripe, and all of the invoices and expenses that were coming through on my emails. But that was it. I wasn't really spending a lot of time in the early days actually tracking and seeing where I was going and what I was doing. And then I would wait until almost towards the end of the year when my tax return was due and have to spend hours and hours pulling it all together. It was such a stress and headache. And it's taken me a while, even with my CEO Fridays, because it's just one of those boring tasks that my ADHD brain just does not want to do, that I have to really physically sit down and force myself to do it. But it is something now that I include in my CEO Fridays, and it has really made such a difference on me getting that helicopter view of where I'm at with my income and where I'm at with my expenses, what subscriptions and things I've got going on, what products and services are bringing the most income in that I can focus on and dive deeper into and share more and all of that stuff. It makes such a difference. So if you're not yet doing that, go and add updating your finances to your CEO Fridays. What were your expenses this week? And how much income did you bring in? Are you on track with your income goals? And if you haven't hit your financial goals yet, what can you do next week to help you remedy things? Not only does updating your finances each week help to eliminate some of the end of financial year paperwork headache, it also gives you that helicopter view of how your business is doing finance-wise so that you can make adjustments where necessary. Now, if you're not sure how to get started with that and figuring out income goals and key performance indicators or working out what your best income producing activities should be, go and have a listen to episode 33, which was a guest interview with the amazing Sierra Scacco, who is a KPI and IPA whiz. And she really breaks down in that episode some amazing ways that you can track what's going on in your business and figure out what your income producing activities are, so that then when you come to review your finances and see where you're at and where you are with your income and expenses, can help you figure out whether you're on the right path and what activities you need to do in your business so that you can increase that bottom line. So if you haven't listened to that one yet, definitely go and do that. It's a super, super helpful one. And I have listened to that several times on repeat already. And it's really helped me put my key performance indicators and income producing activities together. And since doing that, that's really helped me manage my finances better and see what I need to do when I'm reviewing them to help me increase my bottom line. That's episode 33, and you'll find the link for that one in the show notes too. Another task that for your CEO Fridays that can really help you see where you're at is to check on your stats. Because if you don't know where you're at right now, how can you know what you need to do next and what's working and what isn't working and focusing on so that you can do more of the same that's working and accomplish your goals? If you are to be the boss of your business as well as its employee, checking in on your stats is key. And by stats, I don't mean those vanity metrics such as follows and likes. I mean the stats that count. I spent ages, so much time in the early days of my business looking at all of those vanity metrics of how many likes, of how many follows. None of that stuff matters when it comes to growing our business. Yeah, it's great, but are they actually taking action? Are they purchasing from you? Are they joining your Facebook group? Are they then buying something from you later on? What are the stats that count in your business? Because figure out what those stats are, and then you can see what's working and what isn't. What is working well for you right now? What are your conversion rates? How many people are getting eyeballs on your freebie? And how many people, when they reach that landing page, are actually signing up to your email address? How many subscribers are you getting? And how many unsubscribes have you had? Is there an email that you sent that generated more unsubscribes than you were expecting? Was there something about that that you could remedy for next time? How many sales did you make? How many times did you share your podcast or your YouTube episodes with people to gain the new subscribers? And how many times were you sharing about and talking about your digital products and how many of those were leading into sales that you were making. Get clear on the stats that matter so that you can see what is working and what isn't, so that you know where to best focus your energy going forward. You don't want to keep slogging away at the same thing that isn't working and not getting the results that you want. Or you know that you've got an amazing freebie, but that landing page isn't converting. If you're not looking at those stats, then you don't know that that's not converting. And then you can see and have a look at it and ask yourself, what can you change about it? What can you tweak? What can you switch up to try and increase that conversion rate? Make a list of the stats that matter for you. Ignore all of those vanity metrics. Yes, new followers. Yes, all those likes. They make us feel great, but are they generating into leads? Are they generating into new subscribers? Are they generating into sales in your business? Go and make a list of the stats that really, really matter and use those for you to have a look at when it comes to your CEO Fridays so that you can check in on where you're at, what's working, what isn't, and what to focus on and do more of that is working so that you can keep moving forward. And then finally, the last thing to add to your working week, your CEO Fridays, so that you can be the boss of your business as well as an employee and work on your business as well as in it, is to plan ahead for the coming week. Because now that you know where you're at and you've got that helicopter view of how things are going, you are so ready to make a plan for the coming week. And it is going to be super, super easy for you to figure out what your next best steps are because you know where you've come to with what your past week has been. You know where you're at with your goals, you know where you're at with your finances, and you know where you are at with your stats. You can take all of that information, look at everything that you have just reviewed, and ask yourself what your next best actions are going forward. What can you do next week to help you get another step closer towards accomplishing your goals? What will help you grow your business? What will help you gain more clients? What will help you increase your visibility? And what will help you grow your bank account? Dig into those stats of everything that you've just looked at and reviewed and ask yourself what your next best steps are. Jot those things down and assign tasks to help you make those things happen. Build them into your week ahead and make sure that you get them done. And if you want a little bit of help identifying those, don't forget to go and listen to that episode all about KPIs and IPAs, the one that I did with Sierra Scacco. That's episode 33, and the link for it is in the show notes. So go and check that out, and it will really help you identify what your next best things are moving forward based on everything that you've just done on your CEO Friday. Feel like you are the employee of your business rather than the boss. Feel like you are always working in your business instead of on it. Try adding CEO Fridays or whatever day of the week you prefer. If Monday mornings work better for you, go do that. It doesn't matter what day it is. To be honest, Friday just works for me. But add a CEO day or a CEO morning because generally you probably don't need any more than 2 hours to work on this, but it makes such a difference. Pick a day of the week, make it your CEO day, and then together with all of the activities, the tasks that I've just mentioned, build them into your CEO day and see what a difference it makes. As a quick recap, here they are again. Number 1 is to review your week. Check in on how that past week went. What was it like? What were you working on? What did you do? What didn't you do? Use those questions to help you assess what you were going on moving forward. And then check in on your goals. What was the progress of your goals? Are you still on the right path? Are they still resonating with you? And what mini goals and tasks do you need to set for the coming week to help you keep the momentum going? Third was to check in on and update your finances. Check in on your expenses, check in on your income. Are you on track with your financial goals for this week and month? And what can you do if not to help you remedy things? Use those KPIs and IPAs to figure out what your income producing activities should be over the coming week to help you keep going and stay on track for your financial goals. Number 4 was check in on your stats. Where are you at right now with subscribers, with signups, with digital product sales, whatever you're offering? What are the stats that matter in your biz? Remember, we're not looking at those vanity metrics. We're not worried about likes. We're not worried about follows. We're looking at things like conversion rates of subscriber signups, of people joining your Facebook group, how many sales you made. Get clear on those things so that you can see what's working and what you can do more of to keep moving that needle forward and focus that energy on bringing in the right stats, the right income, the right subscribers. And then finally, planning your week. because you've done all the hard work now. You've got all of the information you need at your fingertips, and you've done that great helicopter view. Use that to help you plan for the coming week ahead. And especially if, like me, you are doing it on a Friday, you can do that to not only just close out your week, but then also set everything up ready for the week ahead, so that come Monday morning, you can just come straight into your office. You know exactly what you're working on. You're motivated, you're fired up. You're not spending an hour or so spinning in circles, getting overwhelmed, and not knowing what you need to work on. And best of all, because you've closed it out on a Friday, you are free to go and enjoy your weekend and do what you want with your family without worrying or stressing about your business or trying to remember what you need to work on come Monday, because it's all taken care of already. It is absolutely amazing. It took me far too long to do this in my business, and I don't want that for you. If you have not yet put in CEO Fridays, or whatever day you want it to be, into your business, go and do that this coming week, because it really will make all of the difference. It will help you feel like you are the boss of your business, that you have taken back the reins, that you have regained your power, you've taken back control, and you are calling the shots, and you are leading from above. And then you can do all of those other working in your business tasks the rest of the week, be that employee, knowing that you have also got it and crushing it as the boss of your business. Give this a try over the next few weeks and let me know how it goes. Send me a DM over on Instagram at the Unapologetic Mompreneur. I can't wait to hear whether you have already got a CEO Friday, if you do a different day, or if you are looking forward to adding this into your week. And if there's any other CEO Friday tasks that you are doing that I haven't got on that list or haven't mentioned, share them with me too. I would love to know what they are. Here's to becoming the boss of your business as well as the employee, of working on it as well as in it. And I look forward to chatting with you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.